Is it looking likely Diddy's time in freedom is running out due to the ongoing Tupac case? Has Keefe D just revealed Diddy's involvement in the murder itself? A lot of new information has come out surrounding Diddy, and it's not looking good for the guy. We'll be checking out all the key details in today's video. Sean Combs, also known as Puff Daddy or Diddy, and Tupac Shakur were two of the biggest names in hip-hop in the 1990s. They had a complex and often tumultuous relationship, which was marked by both friendship and rivalry. The two men first met in 1994, when Diddy was working as a producer at Uptown Records. Tupac was already a major star, but he was looking for a new producer to help him take his music to the next level. Diddy was the perfect fit, and the two of them quickly developed a close working relationship. Together, Diddy and Tupac produced some of the biggest hits of the era, including I Get Around, All About the Benjamins, and Got My Mind Made Up. They also became close friends, and Diddy was one of the few people that Tupac could truly trust. However, their relationship began to sour in 1995 when Diddy left Uptown Records to start his own label, Bad Boy Records. Tupac felt betrayed by Diddy, and he accused him of abandoning him. He also began to resent Diddy's growing success, and he felt that he was not getting the credit he deserved for their collaborations. The tension between the two men came to a boiling point in 1996 when Tupac was attacked and robbed at a quad recording studio in New York City. Tupac believed that Diddy and his associates were behind the attack, and he accused them of setting him up. Tupac's accusations led to a bitter feud between the two camps. Tupac released a diss track called Hit 'Em Up, in which he attacked Diddy and other bad boy artists. Diddy responded with his own diss track called Bad Boy for Life, in which he denied Tupac's accusations and defended himself. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and turn on the post notification bell. This way you'll never miss out on any future celebrity videos similar to these. The feud between Diddy and Tupac escalated in September 1996 when Tupac was shot and killed in a drive-by shooting in Las Vegas. Diddy was devastated by Tupac's death, and he denied any involvement in the murder. However, the rumors of Diddy's involvement in Tupac's death have persisted for decades. In 2018, a former Los Angeles Police Department detective named Greg Kading released a book called Murder Rap: The Untold Story of the Notorious B.I.G. and Tupac Shakur Murders. In the book, Kading claims that Diddy ordered the $1 million hit on Tupac. Diddy has denied Kading's allegations, and he has never been charged with any crime related to Tupac's death. However, the rumors of his involvement continue to this day. Tupac's own brother, Shakur, recently spoke about a phone call he received from Diddy once the Los Angeles Times released an article stating Diddy may have been involved in Tupac's murder. "Puff called me back in the day," Mopreme shared. He was like, "I just want you to know I ain't have nothing to do with your brothers. I know who you are, but we never met, and I just want to call you man to man and let you know that I ain't have nothing to do with your brother's death." According to Mopreme, Puff's involvement was mentioned in a story published by the Los Angeles Times, which prompted the phone contact. "I told him, thank you for calling, but we'll see because the truth hasn't come out yet." Sean Combs, also known as Puff Daddy or Diddy, and Marion Hughes Suge Knight Jr. are two of the most powerful figures in hip-hop history. Their relationship has been complex and often tumultuous, marked by both rivalry and respect. Diddy and Suge first met in the early 1990s, when Diddy was working as a producer at Uptown Records. Suge was a co-founder of Death Row Records, which was quickly becoming one of the most successful hip-hop labels in the industry. Diddy and Suge were initially cordial, but their relationship began to sour as Death Row Records and Uptown Records became rivals. The two labels competed for the best artists and producers, and they often traded insults in the media. In the mid-1990s, the rivalry between Death Row Records and Uptown Records escalated into a full-fledged beef between the East Coast and West Coast hip-hop scenes. Diddy and Suge were both seen as leaders of their respective coasts, and their feud was one of the most high-profile in hip-hop history. The East Coast-West Coast beef reached its climax in 1996 when Tupac Shakur, one of the Death Row Records' biggest stars, was murdered in Las Vegas. Diddy was accused of involvement in Tupac's murder, but he has always denied the allegations. Tupac's death had a profound impact on both Diddy and Suge. Diddy was devastated by the loss of his friend and collaborator. Suge was also deeply affected by Tupac's death, and he became increasingly reclusive and paranoid. The East Coast-West Coast beef eventually subsided, but the rivalry between Diddy and Suge continued. The two men have remained at odds for decades, and they have rarely spoken publicly about each other. Diddy is one of the most successful and influential figures in hip-hop history. He's a Grammy Award-winning producer, rapper, and businessman. He has also starred in several films and television shows. Suge Knight's legacy is more complex. He is considered to be one of the most powerful and ruthless figures in hip-hop history. He helped to launch the careers of several successful artists, including Tupac Shakur, Snoop Dogg, and Dr. Dre. However, Suge has also been involved in numerous controversies, including Tupac's murder. Diddy and Suge Knight's relationship has been complex and often tumultuous. They have been rivals, collaborators, and even friends at times. However, their relationship has always been overshadowed by the East Coast-West Coast beef and Tupac Shakur's murder. Despite their differences, Diddy and Suge Knight are both respected figures in the hip-hop community. They have both had a major impact on the industry, and their rivalry is one of the most iconic in hip-hop history. Before we go any further into the video, what are your guys' honest thoughts on this entire situation? And is it looking likely that Diddy will serve some serious time in prison like it appears Keefe D will? Comment down below. Since Keefe D feels that their relationship ultimately led to his link to Tupac's untimely death in 1996, he regrets ever having met him. "If I wouldn't have ever met him, I wouldn't have ever been involved in this bullshit," he said. "I would have never met the brother. I never would have been involved in this bullshit. Me and Suge, we played on the same Pop Warner team and everything. My homeboys helped put Suge in the game. It really crashed two people's empire in one night. Mine's for sure, Suge's too. Diddy the only one still balling. He made our shit go down, man. He won't even look out or nothing because he pitted us against each other, which was kinda smart. We're Crips and Suge was Bloods." A witness claimed that Keefe and Zip had met Diddy through mutual contacts and that Zip had been the owner of the handgun that had been used to shoot Tupac. Zip, a well-known drug dealer in Harlem, kept the gun in a covert area of his vehicle. Keefe's allegations that Diddy and perhaps Zip were involved in the murder are supported by this evidence. In the event that Diddy meets the same destiny as Keefe D, the police will accuse Keefe D of firing the gun, which might lead to a lengthy prison sentence, and Diddy is waiting for the offense's trial. After all these years, justice is finally being done, although slowly. Whether or not Sean Combs was involved in Tupac Shakur's murder is a complex and controversial question. There is no definitive answer, and the evidence is circumstantial. Some people believe that Combs was involved in the murder because he was present at the quad recording studio on the night of the shooting. Combs has denied these allegations, stating that he was in the back of the studio and did not see the shooting. Other people believe that Combs was involved in the murder because he had a financial motive. Combs was at odds with Shakur over the ownership of the record label, and he may have seen Shakur as a threat. Combs has denied these allegations, stating that he and Shakur were friends and that he had no reason to want him dead. Still, others believe that Combs was involved in the murder because he was a member of the East Coast-West Coast hip-hop rivalry. Shakur was a member of the West Coast hip-hop scene, and Combs was a member of the East Coast hip-hop scene. The two scenes were engaged in a bitter feud at the time of Shakur's murder. Combs has denied that he was involved in the East Coast-West Coast rivalry, stating that he respected Shakur and other West Coast artists. Over the coming weeks, once Keefe D is back in court and this entire case is unveiled, it'll be intriguing for the entire hip-hop world to see what comes from it, and if Diddy will be dragged into the case or not. As from everything we've looked at in today's video, something is dodgy with Diddy and the Tupac murder. Anyway, this concludes today's video. Be sure to subscribe to Loaf for future celebrity videos and turn on that post notification bell so you don't miss out on any future uploads. Until then, see you in the next one.